Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure, and I'm sure many of you have seen this on your tractor, on your all-terrain vehicle, whatever, after a ride, and you just look at it and you go, oh man, this is trouble. Well, not really. Easy to fix. A lot of times these China tires like to do this. They're kind of a pest to get on the rim. So let me show you the techniques I use, maybe save you a few minutes in the future. First thing I like to do is pull the tire off. Not all that hard to do. Next, I like to remove the valve, the guts from the valve, and as I'm looking to do that, looks like I'll be replacing the whole valve. Removing the guts from the valve easy enough with one of these tools. You know, $1 flea market anytime. I like to put a little of this Elmer's rubber cement around the valve before I pull it through, and by using this lever it's really a piece of cake. Next step, you just screw the valve installer right onto the end of the valve, and you push the valve through, screw this on, and just give it a little pull and it comes right into place. I mean, really works well. I recommend investing in one of these. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to clean this up. The cleaner this is, the more likely that it's going to seal both tire and rim. I'm just running my hand along. I don't feel any rough spots or anything. It's really pretty clean. I also checked inside. I do not have any frogs or crickets or anything living in there. So it should be just a matter of cleaning this up, getting some glue on there, and it should go together fairly quickly. So what I did is I put glue all around the bead, as you can see. Then I put this binding strap around the center of the tire. So I'm going to tighten this down, and it should squeeze the tire up against the bead. Then it should just be a matter of putting air into it. What I have here is one of those old school bicycle pump ends, and I took the guts out of the valve, and I do that for a specific reason. I want to get air in there really quickly. So this is kind of my technique for doing it. So on the end of the bicycle valve thing, I kind of hacked an air valve, and I just plug this right into the compressor. And then for the compressor, I just open this valve and I blast it with all 60 pounds at once. This is obviously a small tank, so I'm not too worried about it getting loose for me. If it really gets stubborn and really doesn't want to go on, I also like this technique because I can set this up and put it out on the lawn and run a hose to it and give it all kinds of air. I don't have to be anywhere near it. For anybody, I think everybody who's in this kind of business knows someone who took one of these to the face or head or something. It doesn't do anything for you in a positive way, unless it helps you change your life for the better. But once again, physically not good to take a tire or a rim or part of a rim to the face or head, right? Not good for you. So do this safely, pay attention, know what you're up to, and once again, if it looks like it's going to be trouble, do it remote. Get it out there on the lawn in such a way that should it pop, it won't come at you, you're behind a corner or whatever. So it slid on fairly easily. I got, there's air in it now. You can see some of the rubber cement. So I'm going to pop it back on, and hopefully this thing behaves. So one done. That one's good. And now it's time for the 2 back runs. Okay, now it's just a matter of tightening the bolts, which obviously is a cake, right? I'm just getting them tight, so to speak. One thing, I find a lot of these without the covers on the valves, and you got to realize as you drive these around, they get dirt in there if you don't have the cover on it. And then when you go to put air in it, you kind of end up with dirt in the valve mechanism. And once you do that, they start leaking through the valve, which means every time you come up to it, you kind of have a flat tire. Every tire comes with one of these caps, so I really do recommend putting it back on. Anyway, folks, I really want to thank you all for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.